I'm really watching this because 10 Toes Ant, bro, really hitting on points that apply to today. Apply to most people, what most people are lacking. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to speak for what most people are lacking, because we all lack it in a way. But like based off of just observations. You know what I'm saying?
With y'all, man, it's your boy 10 Toes. Now today, I got a very special topic for y'all. And there's a lot you could take away from this video. So let's talk. When
Y'all better listen
about rappers,
you better listen to this, bruh.
Who the mainstream considers falling off. Of course, some did lose ambition and hunger once they got the money, or they just weren't able to match the level of music they put out on their come up. But truthfully, guys, that is not the reality as much as you think. To be honest, when you think deeply about it, even though it doesn't seem like it, most rappers go even harder once they make it. They finally have an audience watching them. They up their level of production, the substance, the sound. But despite all that, so many artists just can't replicate the love they received when they were at their peak. And us as fans, when we see these artists lose their mainstream hype and quote unquote fall off, we're quick to just blame the music. And if it's not that, we'll probably blame the record label for shelving them or something. But what if I told you it was not solely the artists making you miss the music? Rather than, it was the cultural landscape that was surrounding the music at that time. So in many cases, you missed the time period more than the actual rapper. Now, if you're confused...
You see, I already knew that, though. Back when Uzi was popping, Trippie Redd was on SoundCloud all the time, motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, all that. It was more like just a feeling of, like, niggas making music. Like, it was more of a feeling, bro, rather than just the niggas themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, be honest. If Uzi started making music like he did, like he was making back in, what was that, 2018, 2016, whatever the fuck, it wouldn't even hit the same, because it was like it was a time era. There was certain people around, you know what I'm saying? We was a certain age. We had certain less responsibilities. You see what I'm saying?
Let me elaborate. When you're looking at these artists that we would say fell off, we know our perception of them is deeply intertwined with our own life and experiences listening to them. And we also know that our mind glamorizes the past. But here's where you need to listen. Because so many people think every rapper that blows up is destined for stardom and has extreme talent. I'm here to tell you that is not the reality. Most rappers get their fame by capitalizing on a wave or a trend. That's simple. Nowadays, we see this more than ever because there's always new waves and trends with all these new beats and sounds evolving. Now, you could create your own wave, but we know that is a lot more rare, especially in this generation.
Yeah.
And when creating your own...
The reason why that's rare is because everything's been done already. It's very rare a nigga's gonna come out with some shit that's never been heard before. History repeats itself, man.
That basically just means you're putting out music that will stand the test of time. You're not just putting out whatever sounds hot, you're putting out a sound that people are attracted to and stands you out from the rest. Artists like Future, Young Thug, Drake, as much as you might think these are default mainstream rappers, I mentioned these three specifically because they've been able to stay relevant and chart over the past 10 years. Regardless of whatever wave is popping, whatever sound is currently hot, it doesn't matter. And because this, you could argue that's the difference between a real artist and somebody who's just riding the trend.
Yep. So like, okay, for example, like say like these underground niggas, right? The Ken Carson Rage, not even Rage, the like fucking the hard rock shit, you know what I'm saying? When that eventually dies out, if a nigga is unable to successfully transfer to a new genre of music and keep his flows or his streams coming in, bro, that makes him a trend writer, not artist. Pretty much what he's saying.
Trend to get hot. And it just so happens, majority of rappers who quote unquote fall off, they just caught a wave. And now people will always hold them to that high standard that they set for us when they first came out, unaware that that's the best it's gonna get. This is the case for so many rappers who people say they miss how they used to sound or what happened to their music. You gotta realize.
Hey, I still bump Cowboy. I don't give a fuck. I still bump Cowboy, bro. I still bump Cowboy.
You wishing for their old sound back has a lot less to do with the artist and a lot more to do with that period of time. You want that artist to make you feel like you felt when you listened to it back then. But the reason that the artist fell off is because when a new wave takes over and the sound changes, they aren't going to be able to make the shift. By that I mean, they're not going to be able to stay relevant when the sound that they blew up for is no longer mainstream. That's why you have to have real authenticity and talent to really have long-term success. A lot of artists lack that, yet we still wonder why they fell off. Now you think I'm going to say all this and now artists lack that, yet we...
Let's see. Fetty Wap, hey man. Fetty Wap done went through so much, bro. They hit that nigga with drug charges, almost as bad as that Rico case with Young Thug, bro. I think it's worse. It's actually worse. I ain't never listened to Chance that much. I ain't never listened to the Baby that much. Cowboy for sure. Lil Skies, I'll play every now and then. YBN Amir. Nah. I got like one song. Porsche's in the Rain still hard. I'll play that. And nah, these two no. Well, Trippie Redd, he got that one song with Youngboy that's hard. And that one song, It Takes Time. I gotta text my friend girl. But yeah, Trippie Redd has a few songs that I'll still listen to, bro. Hey, that OnlyFans is coming soon. I know I'm taking long on this text, but that OnlyFans, just not putting in that work for that OnlyFans, bro.
We still wonder why they fell off. Now, you think I'm gonna say all this and not give specific examples? Come on, man. And not only am I gonna list the artists, but I'm gonna show you how the year these rappers fell off was also the year of a new wave beginning, showing that these specific artists' music was truly a thing of the times. And that's not a bad thing. I just explained why not every artist is built for longevity. So I keep showing clips of him. Let's start with Lil Skies, amazing artist with a very short catalog. But damn, every single year we see we want 2018 Skies back, or it's his fans saying, yo, he's gonna take back over. Listen, coming from somebody who was a Lil Skies fiend in 2018, I was just like, yo, he was simply a thing of the times. He got his mainstream success from being an offspring from the 2016 wave. If you don't get what I mean, 2016,
that's
17,
crazy. He really just called him an offspring. He called him a sperm cell, basically. He said he's a sperm cell.
Is a perfect example of rap truly evolving and shifting and finding a new wave. We had EXO Tour Life, F Love, Taking a Walk, like these new artists who gave like a more melodic side to rap and less gangster and more heartbreak. This was the new wave to jump on. And that's what Skies did. And that's not his fault at all. It's called inspiration. But remember, there's other artists who come out the gate sounding like nobody. And that to me was already a red flag, like he's not going to be around too long. And although building such a core fan base and collabing with such high caliber artists, he never really reached any higher levels after he peaked in his first year with mainstream success. He wouldn't be able to keep that hype for the exact reason I told y'all. Listen, he lost the spotlight the year the melodic wave shifted. That was 2019. Rap music has phases. It's constantly evolving into new sounds.
Who did that?
19.
Who's on that?
Has phases.
Bro, stop.
Here the melodic wave shifted. That was 2019.
Okay, we got Rilo, No Cap, the GOATs, by the way, bro. I don't care what nobody says, bro. I can fuck with this type of music and still fuck with like all the fucking hard rock shit, bro. Who is this? Gunna, Lil Baby. Yeah, I don't even know how to categorize these niggas' music. It's crazy to think about how this transitioned to this. Like, was there any inspiration these niggas got from these niggas? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't sound anything alike. They don't sound anything like these niggas, bro. I didn't listen to Melly so much. Lil Kid, I was on that heavy in high school, bro. Lil Baby, of course. I got on Lil Baby late. When he first put Drip Too Hard, I didn't even fuck with that song. Then it kind of grew on me, I ain't gonna lie.
Has phases. It's constantly evolving.
Everybody was on the box, nigga. Eat all day, nigga. It's like, eat nigga.
Into new sounds and subgenres. And there's always going to be a prominent one that's just running the game. The prominent one in 2019 that was taken over from the 2016 melodic era was the melodic street rap. Because we had Baby and Gunna in Atlanta going crazy. Plus you just had Roddy Ricch.
Wow. Okay. So look. I'm about to break it down to you niggas real fast. I know I keep pausing the video.
Prominent one in 2019 that was taken over from the 2016 melodic.
Okay, you had the hard trap music, the melodic music, and these niggas kind of put the street with the melodic stuff, bruh. It all makes sense now. No cap. Melodic is melodic, bro. Polo G, melodic. Gunna, melodic. Lil Baby, melodic, bro. But they just put that melodic sound to the street stuff they was talking about, bro.
Melodic era was the melodic street rap. Because we had Baby and Gunna in Atlanta going crazy. Plus you just had Roddy Ricch blowing up, Lil TJ blowing up, Polo G blowing up. You had Youngboy, who obviously was already creating.
Where did he come from?
Because he's been rapping since he was so young, but he had some amazing albums that year which helped push that wave. You had Rilo and No Cap come out. You had Gotta and Keed. I mean, so many street melodic rappers came out in that year. It shifted the wave. Now, if you were established enough to transition fully into this new lane, like Lil Uzi, then you'll be fine. But Lil Skies, he didn't make the shift. His music was truly a thing of the time. And surprisingly, same with Fetty Wap. I know that is confusing because I was debating in my head if...
Bro, Fetty Wap could have made it, bruh. If Fetty Wap would have, bro, it's because Fetty Wap was really in the streets. If y'all don't know about the drug case he got into, bro, that's why he's like locked up right now, bro. If Fetty Wap would have, because Fetty Wap was a street nigga. Look at all these phones he got, bro. Trap phone, you know what I'm saying? All that shit he was talking about. He definitely could have made the shift. Fetty Wap could have, bro. If you disagree with me, like, bro, you got to think about it. Fetty Wap was kind of already making melodic music, bro, and he was a street nigga. If he would have just kept doing what he was doing when everybody shifted, bro, and made like little tiny adjustments, I believe Fetty Wap would still be here. And if he would have dodged that case, but that really hit him, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that hit him. I don't think Fetty Wap fell off, bro. I think he really just got involved in other things. I think falling off is more like when you're trying to stay on and then you fall off. But this nigga here, he stopped making music, I think. Like, he just wasn't putting out. He wasn't being consistent.
You know, he kind of did start a wave in a way. I mean, Trap Queen was revolutionary, but it became clear quick that his run wasn't gonna last long. He had multiple bangers in his early years, similar to Lil Skies. But you know how I said Lil Skies joined the 2016-17 wave a little late? That 2016-17 wave would be the downfall of Fetty Wap. While Chief Keef, Durk, Young Thug, Future, they were able to make the transition, Fetty Wap wasn't. There are so many examples of this. Another person who didn't make the shift that specific year was Chance the Rapper. He was going crazy in 2014-15. 2016 came, it was a little too negative for his liking. He didn't appeal to the mainstream. These artists came out the
Chance the Rapper, like a Christian artist originally, wasn't he? That nigga, like, he was like a Christian artist, bro.
And set such a high standard for themselves, their demise came as unimaginable to so many of us. And in our head, we identify them with that specific time period and exaggerate their true level of talent. It's not until the wave shifts and
Bro, I sound like somebody banging on my door, bro.
new sound forms where we realize, damn, like, this artist was really just a thing of the times. But even then, some fans still deny it. They don't believe that some artists just come in and ride trends and then slowly fade. When you're imagining a majority of these artists who have fallen off, you have a false expectation because you're identifying them with a specific time era that they blossomed in. But if the same music was heard from an unbiased standpoint and without the cultural impact, you would see clearly that it's the time period you miss. And rather than the artist, it's how the artist's music used to make you feel. And that's why I put Trippie Redd in the thumbnail, because I'm not gonna sit here and say he fell off, because I know he's got a very big core fan base who will argue that. But one thing I can say is, since 2019, I've been hearing the same thing. We want old Trippie Redd.
Trippie Redd kind of did fall off, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he kind of did. I feel like Trippie Redd could always come back, though. I feel like he could. I don't like Trippie Redd like that, bro. I feel like he could, bro.
And that statement alone proves my point, because he's literally dropped so much music that resembles
This album was ass. Oh my goodness.
his old sound. But for some reason, it just feels like something's missing. And what that is the cultural landscape, man. But nowadays, because there's so many rappers, a lot of rappers come and go, and people want to have all these conspiracies tied to their name, like, oh, they went to take care of their family, oh, they were still in the streets, this, that. When in a lot of cases, they just call a wave. But yeah, man. It's been a minute since I just talked about rap. I ain't want to get too deep on this one, yo. Don't worry. More deep videos coming ASAP. And Grounded is going to have his first video this week. I am very excited for that. Now, as for this video, I hope y'all really get what I'm saying, instead of just arguing, no, they make trash music now. Because maybe if it weren't for our bias, it was never even that good. Anything that gets blown up and played a lot in our heads becomes fire, and that's simple. And like I said in the beginning, our mind glamorizes the past. So when we think about these old anthems, we already have a higher expectation.
Hey, shout out 10 Toes Ant, bro. He spit nothing but facts. Y'all can go listen to the rest of this if y'all want to. Stay focused, bro. Stay focused.